Tonight on the rundown, we're going to talk about the Echo trailer. Did you like it? How did you feel about that? We're also going to run down the latest episode of Loki. What's your theories on the next episode? Gen V just had its season 1 finale, and I was surprised about the cameos. Were you? And Invincible. It was a decent opening. We're going to talk about all that and more right here on the rundown, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. I'm starting the show extra late, and there's a reason for that. I mean, I didn't really know what topics I was going to talk about today, so I had to dive deep and get into the news and whatnot. I promised yesterday that we were going to do a horror episode, and we were going to talk about some upcoming horror movies and stuff. We had a whole show planned out for I almost said it. I was about to say for me, and for me, Tyler Cossey, she was supposed to be, but there was something that came up last minute. A totally understandable thing when family comes by, you gotta be a good son. You gotta be a good daughter and take care of family first. So yeah, I'm riding solo tonight, and I wanted to talk about the latest things that just dropped today and that I binged and caught up on. So I want to discuss it with you guys as it's going along. I'm going to go real quick. This is not going to be a normal episode of the rundown. If you guys are in the live chat, hit me up. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the topics that we're going to go over. Let me see if this thing is even working anymore for the logo. No, that's not what I meant to do. Let's see. Yeah, so if you want to become a channel member, we can support the channel at that level and help us to grow and to give you the content that you want to talk about. We also have a podcast. If you guys can't catch up with us live, we do have a podcast on all your favorite streaming podcasts out there, Amazon, Google, all that good stuff. All right, let's get right into it. First topic.
Some of y'all are about to get sued.
On the rundown, as I said before, Echo. Now, I saw the trailer, and to go over this bit by bit, I mean, right from the beginning, man, I like the fact that it was narrated by Wilson Fisk, and they didn't have him in that Tropicana damn suit anymore. Right from the jump, just him watching this flashback scene of the younger version of Echo and taking out that dude that mocked her for being deaf, I can't understand you stuff. It felt like that same grittiness of how he felt about, was it Vanessa, whatever, yeah, Vanessa, and pretty much grooming her to become this weapon and use her potential to his benefit, but loving in a way that I guess only Wilson Fisk can. He pretty much, I think he really does care for and everything, but it's grooming in a way. But right off the jump, like this shot right here, the shot up in the neck, man, it really proved that this was a rated mature on Disney. On Disney Plus, we're gonna have so it's going to be rated MA. It's their version of R, but not necessarily what you would consider something that would warrant an R rating for the theater. So MA mature can for television, that's borderline R, between definitely more PG-13 than anything. So it's still kind of in the vein of what Disney Plus provides, but this to me had a Netflix, for me, very Netflixy type of feel. I mean, it felt like the reasons why they had to go back to formula with Daredevil is probably because it wasn't matching with what an amazing job that they look like they're doing with Echo. And that's a very weird thing to say, because everybody was planning for Echo to suck because of how she was launched, how she was introduced in Hawkeye. Hawkeye gave mixed reviews, and the Echo character, it just was not a great way to introduce this character. And the way the vibe and the whole feeling has changed, and what's going on with and how people are feeling about Echo now, based on one trailer. The trailer did its job. It's supposed to get you pumped, get you excited for it, and get your confidence built up for the upcoming series or movie or anything like that. And it did that. It totally did this. We know that this is not the same Wilson Fisk. It's not the same Daredevil that we got at Netflix, but it's the same spirit. It feels like, at least that's what the trailer gave you. And in one trailer, and it didn't tell us anything new that we already didn't know from Hawkeye, what we were given for this character. If you know anything about the Echo character from the comic books, or if you don't, we pretty much got the same information. We got more information from this trailer. We got more of a sense of a tone that is best suited for a character of the caliber of what a Kingpin can provide you, a protege of the Kingpin. This is what should have been portrayed in the Hawkeye series. But since Hawkeye was stuck in a Christmassy type of world, I guess it couldn't get as gritty as potentially this character in this world could have gotten. And then when Daredevil was also stuck in a comedy with She-Hulk, it also didn't give much confidence. I'll put it like that. But this is one way to, now that we have the success of Loki happening for this season, and we'll talk about Loki a little bit later, this gives the confidence needed. I heard a comment out there online that said, what if Echo, one of the worst introductions to a character ever, becomes one of the best shows or series that the MCU's ever done, that Disney Plus has ever done? Like, if it's better than WandaVision, for example. Like, would that be a bad thing? I mean, for Echo to have such a bad introduction, to now be in the conversation from one trailer to being possibly better than WandaVision. Like, y'all fools pump the damn brakes for a second. All right. So that's not happening. And like I said, if you guys are watching live, comment below what you are thinking about, what you thought about the Echo trailer, because your comments are going to pop up on the full screen. I'm monitoring the chat. So if you comment, I'll see it. It'll come up right here next to me on the screen. Pump the brakes, though. I don't know. Will it be better than WandaVision? Maybe. Anything can be, but it wouldn't be funny if it was. I loved it. That trailer, and that people were debating, was that really Daredevil? That was Daredevil. I freezed it at the perfect position. You could see his sticks on his belt. It looked like they tried to hide the horns, so maybe you would debate whether or not that was Daredevil. Not that was Daredevil. I mean, to have Wilson Fisk in there and not get his ass hunted down by Daredevil, and I believe we heard that the Daredevil was going to make a cameo in this. The question now, with everything that's going on with, now that's a beautiful shot right there, man. That's that dude. Like, I don't know if this is if it's a ritual that's about to happen or somebody's about to get their ass whooped or both. But yeah, there's the Daredevil shot. That is Daredevil. You see the two sticks on the side. That's Daredevil. You can't see the horns really on this shot, but that was Daredevil. The grittiness of it, I believe this is her mother. Maybe she died at birth. I believe her dad was, they showed us what happened to her family in a flashback of when Hawkeye was doing his Ronin thing. But, and as gritty as that flashback was, that seems to be the tone of everything that's going on with Wilson Fisk. Now, how he survived that shot to the head, him enhancing himself, that's the only thing that I guess that makes sense. We're going to probably find out that with this Wilson Fisk, this Kingpin, with everything that's going on, Super Soldier Serum, with the Battle of New York and all that other stuff, he probably enhanced himself. I don't think the Kingpin is a mutant, but he probably gave himself something. Like if mutants are being introduced slowly, maybe he got his hands on a mutant's DNA or a super soldier serum to enhance himself, to make himself strong. Because he's definitely stronger than he was. As strong as he was in the Netflix series, he's definitely stronger based on what we saw in Hawkeye. And to survive a shot to the head, no, he's enhanced himself somehow. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad it looks like they've gotten back to the spirit of what he was in the Netflix series. If this is just mostly just a surrogate kind of a father-daughter kind of relationship, and a manipulative kind of protege, master protege kind of thing between Wilson Fisk and Echo, I think this could be a very dark, gritty, and very the tone of this could be something awesome, could be something amazing, and I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think, what you thought about that. Let's move on real quick to the next topic. So,
emotional, damn it.
Loki season 2, the episode before, I think it was this episode 7. I think we have is it episode 5? I can't remember now. I know it's a short season, but it was interesting that we did not get Kang at all in this last episode. The episode before the last, there was no mention of Kang. There was no Miss Minutes. It was just about Loki getting a grip on his time slipping, and some said that they thought that this was one of the worst episodes. I think the second episode to me was the worst one. Everything else I liked. I like every episode, and I like this episode. The confusion, him bumping into himself, the time slipping, and the time travel. This in the pocket of where it was. It wasn't that multiversal to throw me off as much as episode 2 did. But to see Morbius, to see everybody in their habitat before they were taken by Kang and forced to join the TVA, that was what made this episode more interesting than anything else. I like the fact that it was about assembling his team of Avengers, his pseudo Avengers type, and to get his and how it played like a video game. It's like the time slipping was putting him in places that he needed to be and he was collecting things that he needed to give to the people who I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, to create the time travel into the portal, the door that he was able to create from the book that he wrote. And the question is, who really wrote the book? Was it Kang that wrote that book, or was it because Kang inspired him? The writing inspired Kang, and it's in kind of a loop. So I guess both things are true. But for the sake of this, I would say that he wrote that book, and he used it to create a device that creates those portals, those doors, and he got everybody back together, Loki, and I noticed that things started getting displaced and we're missing. I feel like, and the device became missing towards the end once Loki got a hold of his powers. I'm going to assume that Loki himself is the one that was taking the coffee mug, taking the McDonald's food, and doing these things probably just to practice, to get a grip on it, because he needed to get back to that moment. Maybe something happens to the device and maybe it gets destroyed or something like that when they encounter Kang or Miss Minutes again, and the only way to get another one is for Loki to go back and to retrieve it again. And that's probably why things started becoming missing. Maybe he got hungry, that's why he took Sophie's food. Maybe, I don't know, he got thirsty, that's why he took the cup. I don't know. But it seems that that's what the quick answer to that is going to be. Now, how is this going to lead into with Kang? So we have to have a final thing with Kang, and it has to wrap things up to a point where it's like it has to establish Kang as the big bad. Will we see him turn into He Who Remains? Will we see him turn into the version of himself that was in Ant-Man? Will he just become another variant that really becomes the conqueror of it all? Is He Who Remains the same? Is that one and the same? Is that it? Is that him conquering everything? Is that the conqueror? I don't know if they can wrap that up in a bow enough in one episode. I'm hoping that Loki gets out of this TV series and finally goes back to the MCU proper, to the movies, and joins the Avengers and becomes an Avenger, because I feel like Tom Hiddleston can become and Loki could become what Iron Man was, what Robert Downey Jr. was in the beginning. Not the Captain America, but the Iron Man. And he could even lead the Avengers. And I believe that was done in the comic books. I'm going to have to ask one of you guys. If any of you guys know, if I'm on the money on that one, if you guys know more about that than me, let me know. But I feel like Loki is in a prime position where he could become an Avenger and lead this new Avengers. And I'm looking forward to that. But with everything that's going on with Kang, I don't think this last episode is maybe we're going to need one more season before Secret Invasions, before the Kang Dynasty. I don't know, because I just don't feel like this is going to wrap it up the way it needs to be. I feel like 2 seasons is enough, and I feel like Loki needs to get back into the movies. This variant should return to the movies and get back with his brother and join the Avengers. That's where I wanted to head to, but maybe it won't happen. Maybe he'll die again, and we'll see what happens. So let me know what you guys think about that and what you thought about that last episode, and give me your theories on what's going to happen. I ultimately feel like Miss Minutes is going to be the big bad in the end, not Kang, and she's going to get her body. I think she's going to take over the body of what was her name? I'm sorry, I'm always so bad with names sometimes, and I forgot her. Loki season 2. Looking up the cast real quick. The character that's played by Juju Ra. And what's her name? What character does she play? Forgot the name of the character that she plays. But I think I think Ms. Minutes is gonna take over her body. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Miss Minutes is gonna, because they mentioned it that that she's in love with Kang and every. I think that's what he's gonna do. I think she's gonna merge with her or take over her body and try to get with Kang, and try to get with He Who Remains or whatever. But I think that's what's happening on the last episode. Let me know what you guys think. Let's move on to the next one.
Marvel?
No, we're not talking about Marvel anymore. Let's see. We're on the last episode of Gen V, man. That ended. That shocked me. Now it feels like that they set it up where it's like a Professor X and Magneto type of a relationship now, where one person wants to fight for Homo superior against and goes against all humans. With these two going head to head, and the way it ended, I did not, with the cameos that we got with the leader of what's her name? Leslie or something like that. What's her name? The leader of VOT. I thought that was, no, we're not going to get a Homelander. My wife called it. She was like, you think Homelander's going to show up at the end? I was like, nah, we already got a cameo. It's not going to happen. Then there he is. The very end. So let's talk about the ending real quick. Now, getting a good grip on her blood powers and feeling like she was outmatched to take on, see, like I said, I'm bad with names. Let's see. Let me get it. Pull it up before I start messing up names. To take on Kate and Sam at the end. But with all those dead bodies and all that blood that was around, I'm like, oh man, that's it. You got an endless supply of weapons all around you. So she found a new use for her powers. I like that Marie was able to focus and was even able to see translucent sun and through the blood. So when Homelander finally landed at the end and wouldn't let her talk, as if like I was shocked. I was like, what is this, a setup? Because I was sure that the phone calls, get Homelander down here, and that what's her name, Leslie, played by Colby Menifee, when she called Homelander for backup, that they would, or that the cameras, the people around would see who was doing the attacking and who was doing the defending. But then Homelander shushed Marie and pinned it all on her, on all of them, and made the ones who actually attacked the heroes, made Kate and Sam the heroes of it. And I don't understand why. It makes no sense to me. If you have a theory that or a better way to explain it, then I can understand it. Let me know, because that was what baffled me. But then when we finished watching the episode, my wife looked it up and she wanted to know where on the timeline what this would be for the next season of The Boys. And the way she understands it is that The Boys episode 1 will begin right around where Gen V episode 1 began. And it's going to go, that's the timeline. And the finale of the next Boys season will come together and make sense why Homelander instantly attacked the Gen V kids and why he was thinking the way he was thinking. So something was happening that we don't know of yet until we see the next season of The Boys that triggered Homelander to do what he was got him put up to do what he was doing. It's probably a plan that he's gotten in place. He needs to use Kate or use Sam for his benefit or to his advantage. But I'm looking forward to it. This was almost a perfect season. To me, the weakest, what could be considered the weakest character in the bunch, in there, turned out in Emma, turned out to be the best actor and character, like the best development of a character on the show was Emma's character. That she hands down is the star of it. Not the most powerful character in the team, but who knows? Maybe she will become that because, hell, her being able to figure out how to control or shrink without having to, throw up the way she was doing. I knew that had to be aware that's what would go with her, because it made no sense. Why would that be the thing that triggers your my wife thinks it's like if the way they argued, her and Emma and Sam, that theater performance on the stage, no less. It was that she feels like it was because he made her feel small that she was able to get small. I was like, maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe that is the trigger, but that would also be weird. It's better than throwing up, but that's that. But if she's able to control it shrinking wise, then she should be able to control it growing wise. So she could be a super threat in the future. But hands down, to me, she's the best character on the show. Her dynamic between her and Sam, that's one of the best things about the show. Kate being one arm short, I feel like that's like one down, one to go. So I feel like at the end of season 2, maybe she'll get the other arm. That way, that's how you're going to neutralize her. But her still having one hand to conduct her powers that means she's still a threat out there. So what does Homelander need with her, and what is he planning on doing? Or was he really confused? Did he, just because he saw Marie winning, he just assumed she was the attacker? But then why was everybody else arrested as well? Did Kate do her thing with Homelander and convince him to take them all, arrest them and play innocent, play the victim for her and Sam to get away? And now that Sam is in a mental state of not caring, how much of like him and Homelander are going to get along big time. So hell, he might join the 7, but Homelander's going to probably look at him as a threat. The theory is going around that the principal is still alive, that maybe she has the similar powers to what Kate has, and everything that we saw was just an illusion. Either that or it was an illusion, because my wife thinks that the ultimate plan is that Kate convinced her to won her over when we didn't see it. Like, we saw that it was kind of happening, but then we assumed that Kate didn't buy it, and that's why that she took her out. But Mark thinks that no, that she did buy it, and that she is still helping the principal. And she projected another illusion in everybody's mind that she killed her, and that's why she stopped Marie from helping her, because she wasn't dead. If you go and try to stop her blood or from spilling out, you're going to know that she wasn't really cut at all, that it was all just a lie. And that's the ultimate plan for that. To me, tells me that's if that's true, then that's the ultimate plan of why Homelander was convinced that Marie and her friends were the antagonists, and why Kate was not and was the hero. And saying, because now you have a person who is just as powerful as Homelander that can get into his mind. All she has to do is touch him and control him, make him kill himself the way that boy did in episode 1. Make him take himself out. Tell him to take out all the other evil soups and stuff, and then, or spread that virus or something like that. We don't know. But that's a stretch after what she saw in the woods. So I don't think that's what's going to happen, but it'd be interesting if it'd be a way to keep that character back, because I like the principal. After she won me over. To me, she was the equivalent of the Billy Butcher of it, because she wants to just get rid of all soups. And I'm looking forward to seeing her. I hope she's not dead. I'm hoping at least part of that theory is real. But let me know what your thoughts on it. What's your theory on that whole thing? And last but not least, what was it? There was Invincible. I watched it. It had the way season one episode 1 ended with a shock. This one began with that shock. So it started off strong, and then when we got we see an Invincible who is still kind of depressed and down on what happened with his father. He's just trying to occupy his mind and his time, trying to save as many people as he can. He's doing a real good job at doing it, and but he's still plagued and tortured by everything that went down with Omni-Man. Then we see that we're in another universe where Omni-Man and Invincible actually, he did convince his son to take over the world, and he was cruel, and the whole notion of if you join the resistance and we have to kill you, that's your fault. You made us do it. We told you that we're gonna cure diseases, we're gonna cure cancers, we're gonna save the world. First, we're going to thin the herd. Then we're going to save you. We're going to kill a lot of you. Then we'll save you. All the gaslighting. It was crazy. And we see that this is a different universe. And one particular person is being taken from every universe to be collected, where we see our big bad here breaks out the two twins again because he needs their device to create their, where they transfer memories. And his ultimate plan is to take all the memories from all of his versions of himself from all different universes and combine it into his brain. So he'll have the knowledge of what universes have cures for things or can solve certain problems to make a perfect world, or maybe make a perfect world in all the worlds. He's like, I'm a pacifist. But you have a version of himself who witnessed an evil Invincible and an evil Omni-Man, and most of them have those memories, those types of memories. And of course, when at the end of the episode, when the main version of, and this is why multiverse is getting, can I talk about for a second how it seems like when Marvel started, like, we're going to talk about the multiverse, then DC followed suit, and then everybody else was like, well, we got to do multiverse too. And maybe this is the way it went in the comic book, but it seems like everybody is just following the leader. Marvel's doing multiverse. Now DC has to do multiverse. DC's doing multiverse. But now, Invincible has to do multiverse. Spawn's going to be in the multiverse. I mean, everybody. I mean, the Fear the Walking Dead is going to be technically like a multiverse kind of. But now it's getting to a point where it's like, it's too much. I don't want to see multiverse on every damn thing. I want people to do different things or just stay on the course that works. It's getting to be too much. And now I'm starting to agree. It is now starting to become lazy writing. But at least in this situation, and hopefully that's the only time we deal with this multiverse stuff, because it doesn't seem to be necessary for this episode, this season of Invincible. You got your main villain who is from a different, who has this ability, and his goal was to take his mind from all of the versions of himself from different universes, so he can learn what, cures or in certain worlds, and to make the world a better place. And then when Invincible comes in, because he used criminals to do this plan. So of course Invincible had to go find these criminals and put them back in jail. But in doing so, you messed up the whole process. He's the download from all these people's brains of versions of himself. It caused brain damage. Obviously, he's got a whole bunch of brains. His head is all huge and got all these brains inside of his. And now he doesn't know which memories are real and which are his, or which ones are versions of him from other universes. Which will explain why at the end of the episode why he didn't seem like a pacifist anymore. He's blaming it all on Invincible, the guy who's going to destroy the world. He's tapping into the memories of that version of himself who saw the evil Invincible, and maybe multiple versions of himself who can only see that side of Omni-Man and Invincible teaming up to destroy the world, and cannot believe that this Invincible from the world that he's actually from is not that type of a guy. So I feel like that's all the multiverse we should need, unless that's maybe at the end that you get him to use his powers to get rid of him or something. I don't know. Hopefully that's the end of it, but I doubt it. I feel like we're gonna tap more into the multiverse stuff. I don't feel like Invincible needs it. It was a good plot device to set the villain up. I don't feel like it's necessary anymore, but we'll see what happens. Zazie Beetz' character, seeing her back again, being the comforting, understanding girlfriend after the way it ended in season 1 was weird. That character got beat up. Even I was like, yeah, she's not likable at all. I'm one of the last to go there, but I felt like she was just ridiculous in season 1. Now that his dad is gone or whatever, that's what everybody thinks, that his dad was killed by Omni-Man. Now you're trying to be a loving girlfriend again? Like, you didn't give a damn that he was it was so bad. It was so weird. So and seeing the Flash Thompson of the universe giving him a hug, like that same thing that happened in the Amazing Spider-Man, how Flash, when Uncle Ben died, how he said he was sorry. That seemed like that was a ripoff of that, but it was nice to see. But I'm a huge fan of Invincible. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to check it out. Guys, let me know what you guys thought about this whole thing. Are you looking forward to the rest of Invincible? What's your theories on Loki, the season finale of it? Will they wrap that up and make Kang feel like the threat that he needs to be? Or are you on the side of, or do you think that Kang will be replaced by Dr. Doom? Are you looking for, after what you saw with Echo, are you looking forward to that season? Do you agree with me? Like, it's giving off, what do they say? What do the kids say nowadays? It's giving Netflix, Daredevil Netflix season 1. So I can't wait to check that out. And I'm looking forward to Gen V. So hopefully with this writer's strike, I hope it all gets wrapped up sooner rather than later, so we can get back to watching some good TV and watching some good movies again. Guys, appreciate you. Let me know what you guys think. We're live on Twitch. We're live on TikTok, and not live on TikTok tonight. Live on what was it else? It was Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. And if you guys are on there, follow me if you want to share your thoughts and your any conspiracy theories that you have on any of these upcoming shows or movies. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it on a later show. Like I said, I'm riding solo today. I didn't have the crew with me today. Last minute family emergency type of thing happened, so sorry about that. And I'll next week we should all be back in studio to talk more about what you guys want to talk about, so we can do a proper "We Got Your Mail" with when all your comments come in. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts on any of the topics that we talk about. Share your theories, your conspiracy theories, and your thoughts. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Let me do my outro. Let me see if I can do it again. I'm trying to perfect it so I can actually clip it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and send us topics you want us to talk about in upcoming videos. Follow us on all socials, TikTok and Instagram for clips, and watch us live stream on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. We also have the Th3 Media Studios podcast, so you can catch our reviews and episodes of your favorite podcast